Okay, Chris, it looks like some people are back and they're all excited.
All right, great.
Jane said, that was great. At one point, I felt a feeling of sadness, not sure why. I think I saw a bit of sadness in Chris. It affected me. And Lisa,
question.
That was just a comment. And then Lisa said, are the chakra affirmations available to us somewhere in printed form for reference? Love them and would like to try them. And is your book available?
Okay. Well, the first one answered the question we were asking before we began, is whether or not people could pick up on energies through the internet. Let's see, the last question. The book is available on Amazon as a PDF, and it's available through my website as a hard copy.
Okay.
The affirmations, what I could do is type them up. They are in my book, but I could type them up and email them to anyone who wanted them. It really wouldn't be a matter of I just copy and paste it out of my book kind of thing.
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, there are many affirmations available through the internet. All you have to do is, once you know which chakras to work on, then type in to your search engine, throat chakra affirmation, something like that. I think variety is always a big benefit. That's true all around the. It's true with the food that we eat. It's true with the thoughts that we think. Variety, and it's true with the rocks and minerals that we wear. So, are we really ready to begin? Has everyone returned?
I can't tell. There's just a couple of them that put things in the chat for you. But it's 10:30, and that's what I gave them for a time frame when.
Okay.
And they can hear us too. If they're still on the video, then they can hear us. So they'll come back.
Okay. All right. Well, thanks for telling me what those questions were, because I don't know how to see them.
Oh, can you, if you go over on your screen, right, it would be on the right-hand side. There's a little chat bubble. Click on that, and you should be able to see what I'm seeing.
The open chat?
Yep. If you open the chat, you can see what everyone's asking.
All right, great. Super.
Sorry, I forgot to train you. You told everyone else what not to do. I didn't tell you what to do.
All right. What I really hope people will do is get a partner and try the body dowsing, because it is such a great way to advance all of your dowsing skills, because it's confirmation. It's really difficult to cheat on when you have a partner. Like we were talking earlier, I can really cheat quite easily if doing it on myself, whether I'm using a pendulum or rods or the sway test. I can cheat really well, but when I use a partner, I can't cheat. So the name of the book is A Dowsing to Heal Body, Home, and Earth. What it is something I put together when I was learning dowsing. I was very inquisitive. I was always surprised with my results. I was always surprised that it worked. And so I made a list of all of my experiments and all of the results. And I really do hope that people will do that. See, I spent thousands of dollars, hundreds of hours learning this stuff, but the money is not necessary. It was necessary for me because I was such a non-believer. But it is so worthwhile. So body dowsing is it's applied kinesiology. And to some people, applied kinesiology seems like magic or worse. But magic is really just the not yet understood. As soon as you know how it's done, it's no longer magic. Then it's just a trick. Well, applied kinesiology is a means of asking the body questions and allowing the body to talk to you. So it's not a matter of yes, no questions. In the beginning, that was the kind of the concept that it was asking the body yes and no. It's really asking what allows energy to flow and what disrupts that flow. So if you were to make a false statement, that'll disrupt the flow. You won't be able, takes all of the energy away from your muscles, so your arm just can't hold strong. So get a partner, test their strength, make that contact so you have one hand on the shoulder and one hand is testing, and play with it. Get inquisitive. What happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? Make statements. What you can do with it is just unlimited. You can ask the health of an organ. Right now, people are so concerned about the virus. So you can ask, which organ do I need to strengthen to build my immune system? So you could ask something like, you'd make a statement. Again, this is not yes, no questions. You make a statement such as, my respiratory system is working at 100%, and see if you're strong there. So your respiratory system is going to have a great deal to do with your immune system. But truthfully, all of the systems are going to have a great deal to do with it. So you could say, my respiratory system is strong, and see if you hold strong. My circulatory system is strong, and see if you hold strong. And when you don't, then you know what to work on. And affirmations are a wonderful way to build. Gems and minerals are a wonderful way to build. I actually I just scribbled out, you could do a quick screenshot, because this is just a scribble, but I scribbled out what we may need to work on to build our immune system. So like strengthen organs or assist which system. Vitamin D deficiency is a huge one. So to build my vitamin D, I actually had to start out with 10,000 milligrams, which is considerably higher than you're supposed to. And you're not supposed to do that indefinitely. But I had chronic ear infections until I did 10,000. I actually am down to 6,000. But if I don't get 2,000 is the recommended. So that's something to work on. The next one, clear frequency. Clear the frequency of the virus. You can do that with a pendulum meditation.
Chris, can you lift that up higher, like over your face, so they can see your chart?
Thank you. I can't see myself anymore. So higher?
Oh, higher.
Higher?
Higher, higher. A little bit higher. There we go. Perfect.
Okay, great. Yeah, do a quick screenshot.
All right.
Thank you.
So sorry about
that. One of my beginning experiences with dowsing was with Dr. Robert Pettit. He's a professor. He used to be a professor at Missouri University. And I told him I had shoulder pain. And so he holds up his pendulum and he holds it up for just a moment. And then he says, well, that's what's left from a flu virus. And then he holds up a pendulum again and swung it, I assume counterclockwise, but at the time I didn't know to pay attention to that. And within moments, that shoulder pain was gone and never returned. So you clear the frequency of a virus with your pendulum. And a lot of that is just through intention. I see a comment, someone can't see the video. And you can watch that afterwards. I'm sure it's going to be available for a matter of, okay. And
hold on one sec. Just to pin Chris, you hover over her picture and you'll see a pin. Click on the pin and that will bring her to the top of the screen, okay? Maria? All right. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's great.
I'm trying to,
Strengthen the chakras. Find out which are your weak chakras. Which your weak chakras are is important in every aspect of life. It's important for your job. It's important for your relationships. It's important for your health. So find out which your weak chakras are and work on them. You can do that with a pendulum. I don't know. I don't think I demonstrated that, but by simply holding the pendulum in front of the chakra, you'll see it spin. You actually have 144,000 chakras because chakra is the same as acupuncture point. But the velocity of your spin will tell you how strong that chakra is. And then if you take, I like to use crystals, but if you take that chakra and just take that crystal and just spin the wheel and then measure again, you'll notice a substantial difference. So find out what your weak chakras are and build them. Important for every aspect of life. And in the video, I show you how to do that with a partner, any partner. You have to have some level of trust in order for your body to be willing to relax and communicate with that partner. But that's it. Opening the spine is the next thing on the list. That's also just hugely important. The last one I wrote here is Donna Eden Daily Routine, and you can find her on YouTube. She does a great open spine exercise. You just stand up straight and tall, and then you bend over, beginning from the top vertebra and slowly bending down until your fingers touch the floor. If you think of the spine like a piece of string, it naturally has these kinks on it, but when you stretch it out, all of those kinks have to disappear. And everything in the body is connected to the spine, everything from the eyes to the toes. So opening up the spine is a great way to boost your immune system. Vitamins, the big ones that boost the immune system are C, A, and D3, which we already talked about. Zinc is another one. Oscillococcinum is something that I always have on hand. And it's sadly not very well known. Oscillococcinum is a homeopathic remedy, so you can take it without limit. There is never any danger with taking a homeopathic. If you have any flu symptoms, you take it immediately. It's about $1 a dose, so it's not significant. It's just so perfect, so easy, and it works on every kind of flu virus.
Chris, can you spell that? They want to know how
Oh,
it's spelled.
yeah, it's quite a word. OSCILLOCCINUM, oscillococcinum. And if
All right,
you
I'm going to put it
even,
in the chat for them.
okay, great. If you even got it close, you could, it would come up. It's available on boiron.com, BOIRON. They're the producers of it, but Walmart sells it in the cold and flu section. Keep it on hand at all times, because you have to take it at the first sign. If you take it at the first sign, it kicks the body in gear to get healthy before it's depleted by the virus. So keep it on hand. You can't go wrong with it. And then the last thing I have is that YouTube demonstration by Donna Eden. Donna Eden is a remarkable woman. On YouTube, she offers, I think, probably unlimited videos that everyone can do to get healthy. She was born with the ability to see energy, and most of us, I think, were born with that ability, but she never lost it. So she made up this easy 5-minute routine. She might call it a 10-minute routine today, but it's something that she put together as the result of being able to see what most people need. So my email address is heartsong, at AOL.com. So HEARTSONGN at AOL.com. And I would gladly send the affirmations out to everyone. So I don't know what questions you have.
I don't see any.
Okay, I think the absolute most important thing you can do, every single one of us, the most important thing you can do is to learn how to verify your dowsing results. And for me, that is indisputable when I have a partner. And the other most important thing you can do is have on hand that oscillococcinum. I mean, I will not get a vaccine, any kind of flu or COVID vaccine, because this will take care of it. And, with the flu, you have to do some guessing which flu vaccine to get. And with oscillococcinum, there's no guessing. It works on all of them.
Cool.
So those are the two most valuable advice that I can give. And I really hope that everyone does it, because we are at a time in life where this is our future. We have to take our health into our own hands, and we have to take world peace into our own hands. And each one of us can participate in that. I agree. Mandatory vaccines is not good, and it's not necessary. Does anyone have any questions on how to do the applied kinesiology or energy testing? You can, again, there's lots of videos on it on YouTube. Play with it. The most important thing is that you make full contact. So you're touching both parts of the body. And it's not necessarily that this testing hand has to touch as much as interfere with the energy in that area, because you don't want to touch a private part, and you don't have to. You just stick your hand into that energy field to find out if that energy is strong. If you just stick your hand into that energy field and the arm goes weak, then that's telling you that there's a disruption there. So play with it. You can make statements such as, you can find out skin issues. One way to do that is to list all of the possible things that might be affecting your skin. And then you look at, so say you have 40 things that it could be. You look at 1 through 10 and see if you remain strong while looking at 1 through 10. And then you look at 11 through 20 and see if you remain strong, etc. And then if you go weak on 11 through 20, then you break that down. Okay, is it 11 through 15? See if you go weak there. And then if you go weak, then you know that it's between 11 and 15. So you slowly break it down until you have the single item that is your biggest problem. And then if you wanted, you could go and find out, well, where does that come from? It's been my experience that all of those issues come from a trauma. So all allergies come from a trauma. Yes, the direction of the pendulum, all of your chakras go clockwise, except for men on the crown. Men on the crown is the only one that goes counterclockwise. All of the others are supposed to go clockwise. And people get confused about what clockwise is. If you are the wall and the clock is on you for everyone to read, that's clockwise. So you want all of them to go clockwise. My email address again is heartsongn@aol.com. Oh, you put it on there. Thank you.
I'm trying to help.
Yeah, oscillococcinum available anywhere, Walmart, CVS, Walgreens, or the manufacturer is boiron.com, Boiron.
I answered all of them. Thank you.
I will occasionally take oscillococcinum just because. Like if I feel like maybe I've been exposed, I'll take it. It does no harm. It can't do any harm. It's a homeopathic, and it costs $1. So I don't do that regularly. I don't think there's a need.
Chris,
But
I'm going
again,
to unmute Jane for a question, okay?
yeah.
Jane, you're
Uh,
unmuted.
Thanks. I was wondering if I'm going to measure my own chakras with a pendulum, should I do it standing or lying down?
You can do it either way. Now, Donna Eden has a great video on YouTube clearing the chakras, and that's done lying down. I don't know if I have time to demonstrate it, but you can do it either way. Seated, I have less success with, but I have great success either standing or lying down.
And if I were lying down using a pendulum, clockwise would be for a person looking down at me, correct?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Great, thank you.
You're very welcome. And that's the only confusing part of it, I think, is the clockwise and counterclockwise direction. But going clockwise is very important. Very briefly, Donna Eden's technique for clearing a chakra. So if you do have if you find out what your weak chakra is, you can clear it going counterclockwise, but you never stop going counterclockwise. You never stop at that point. You always finish by going clockwise. Okay? So you can clear going counterclockwise, never quit at that point. Always finish by going clockwise.
We've been doing that
Okay?
with our things.
Yeah. So counterclockwise clears, clockwise builds, but never stop when you've only done the counterclockwise.
Okay, Liz, if health issues are caused by trauma, do you have to heal the trauma, or just overlay a fix in the trouble chakra with your pendulum?
I have experienced both. If that trauma is something that your soul wants you to learn from, then you may have to find out what that trauma was. But it's not always necessary. So I'm sorry, I don't have a solid answer for you there. You have to experiment for yourself.
And then Janice asked, do we take only one of those?
The oscillococcinum, you take it according to the package directions when you have symptoms. I believe it's one every 4 hours, maybe one every 6 hours. But as long as you have symptoms, you continue taking it. Otherwise, if I just feel like maybe I was exposed, then I'm only going to take one.
So we have 8 minutes left, just to let you know.
Oh, thank you. So the emotions are always going to be according to the relationship to the chakras. So emotions around religion. If you had Christianity pounded into you, that's going to get stuck in the crown chakra. Okay, so that's an emotional issue around a religion being forced on you. It's all emotional, all. So your throat, if you had issues where you weren't allowed to speak your truth, or the opposite of that, if you had times when you wish you hadn't spoken up when you did, that's an emotion that's going to get stuck in the throat chakra. So find out what chakra is challenged, And that'll give you a good clue as to what emotional issue is hung up there. No, there is no specific chakra for depression or anxiety. They are all included. A good acupuncture point for both of those is right here. So it's halfway between the top of your shoulders and your nipple. And if you poke around in there, there'll be a place that is tender. Thank you for bringing this up, because this is a real important one right now. There's so many people suffering from anxiety and depression. So did you find it? Does it hurt like the Dickens? Pain on an acupuncture point or a pain on the body will be an acupuncture point, and it tells you that energy is stuck there. So can you see me? You weren't able to see that.
No, can you stand up so you can see? They can't see your.
How about that?
There we go. Yeah, look down and tilt it a little bit more.
Tilt your screen a little more. There you go. You got it.
Yeah. Right
okay.
There.
All right. So it's right here, halfway between the nipples and the top of the shoulders. This is an acupuncture point for anxiety and depression. And if you poke along in there and it hurts, that doesn't mean you suffer from depression, but it does mean that energy is stuck there. And any place that hurts on your body is an acupuncture point, unless you have an obvious injury and you want to disperse it. You can do it by thumping. You can do it with circular motions. You can do it with piezoelectricity, those little zappers. You can do it with acupressure. Acupressure is what this is. I was going to say you can do it with needles, but that's really up to you. All right, let's see.
5 more minutes.
I'm not a big needle lover myself.
Nah. It hurts.
Oh, it does. Yeah. You know, this will hurt on an awful lot of people right now. So you just get it moving. And you at least want to do that in the mornings. That gets your energy moving for the day. But you can't do it too much. You're unlikely going to bruise yourself. But throughout the day, 6 times a day, morning, noon, and night, and in between each one of those. Temples always hurt. That's an acupuncture point also. For me, when I go to my temples, I want to do circles. That's not an area that I want to thump really, but I'll do strong circles there. That will be related to the third eye chakra. So if your third eye chakra is depleted, this area might hurt. You may also have an issue here if you may want to apply pressure here if you want to build your third eye for any reason, whether it's depleted or not. Let's see.
Can you hold up your book one more time so I can get the title?
Like that?
Yeah, thank you. I'll put it
That
in
was
the
really
chat.
fun doing. Pardon?
You want to repeat it? Repeat the title.
Dowsing to heal body, home, business, and earth. And
Body, home,
it's a good
business, and earth.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it in the chat for everybody.
Because it was all of the different experiments I did. You can measure the truth in books. I thought that was really valuable. You can measure the truth of chapters of books. I think that's really valuable. Crossing your legs or arms when reading energy disrupts the energy flow. I don't believe that is always true, no. There can be a big advantage in crossing your energy. This is an exercise by Donna Eden. You cross everything you can cross because it opens up the communication between your right brain and your left brain. So I don't believe that that's always true. I do not know when that is true, but there is a big advantage in crossing every part of your body. It helps your intuitive side communicate with your logical side.
Okay, we have 2 minutes.
Huh?
2 minutes.
2 minutes. Yeah, Donna Eden is amazing. I encourage you to do anything and everything by Donna Eden. It's true that most dowsers, I would say most dowsers are healers. And Donna Eden has wonderful techniques to help people heal themselves and others, their loved ones. I don't know what to do about the last one there.
No, but if she can hear you, it's fine, and we've only got 1 minute anyway.
Okay.
So
Any other? Donna has a kit called, the energy medicine kit. Yeah. She, nothing that she does is very expensive. You can learn everything online. She's fantastic. Do her daily routine. Do it in the morning, because then you have the whole day to benefit from those exercises. If you do it at night, as soon as you fall asleep, your body resets to what it remembers or what is normal. So always start out your day with her 5-10 minute routine.
okay.
Thank you, everybody. This has been so fun.
It was awesome. Thank you, Chris.
I hope to hear from you, and I want to hear your experiences.
Okay. You have a great rest of the day. Bye.
Thank you. World peace on hand here.